This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
I'll say this. When I got to Boston College, I immediately felt different than the other freshmen.
Explain.
And because I wanted to play. And there was no part of me that wanted to redshirt. I was not a partier. My mind, my focus was around playing. And I'll tell a little story of what happened.
Yes.
So a week before our first game, and we're playing Western Carolina, and week before this game, they had a dress rehearsal. And how it worked is all the guys that were going to redshirt and not travel were put in a yellow jersey. All the guys that were going to travel, and there were two freshmen at the time, Eric Lindstrom and Bill Thompson. And they were in maroon and gold along with the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And they were on the other sideline. I was in a yellow jersey.
Ooh.
And I walked out on the field and I couldn't control it. I started to bawl my eyes out. And as I'm crying, I'm walking up the sideline and I had to get away because all the other freshman guys that I came in
They
with
were okay with that.
were joking around, having fun, talking about the party,
Right.
That the next night. And I knew that I wanted to be on the other sideline. And I looked across and I said, I don't know how long it's going to take. A week, 2 weeks, a month, a year, but I'm going to be on that other sideline. And I was, an aggressive, enthusiastic player, even back in my college days. But I tell you what, that week all hell broke loose. And I let everyone know that I was in a yellow jersey and I wanted to be in a maroon and gold jersey. And
you had to show it to them, right?
oh, yeah.
You had to perform.
I got in fights with our offensive linemen. I sacked Doug Flutie. I intercepted balls. I was like, I wanted to play. And so, fast forward, here we are, first game. It's a home game, so everyone got to dress.
Yes.
And here I am on the sideline, and, I'm kind of going up and down the sideline because I'm like, I want to go in and play.
So, but at this time, you were still pretty much yellow, right?
I was yellow. I was
Okay.
being redshirted.
Okay.
It was already set. It was already, pretty much said to me because I had the yellow jersey on the week before. I was going to be redshirted.
All right.
And I'm going up and down the sideline like I want to play. I want to be out there. But I was in the yellow jersey. A linebacker gets hurt
And then?
in the first quarter, and I like kind of walk out on the field a little bit, just on the edge. And Jack Bicknell, our head coach, is like,
What?
Romo, what is wrong with you? Get the heck off the field.
Like you were just ready.
I was ready. And, second quarter hits. Another linebacker gets hurt. So what do? I start inching out on the field. And Bicknell's looking at me like, you crazy SOB, get back. And then, we go in at halftime and we come out for the second half and, they're yelling around.
Okay, but during halftime,
During halftime.
did your coach tell you, what were you doing a while ago?
No.
Okay.
None of that. I was ignored.
Oh, wow.
But we get out there for this, getting ready for the
Yeah,
second half, and
yes.
we're having kickoff. And all of a sudden, they're yelling for a player, but he got hurt.
Another linebacker.
It was a linebacker, and I inch out on the field again. And, and chances are I'm going to get the heck off. But my head coach looked at me and then looked away and then looked back at me and gave me one of these.
Freshman Romo.
Yeah. And, he said, come here. And he said, Romo, do you want to play? And I said, are you kidding me? You're damn right I want to play. And he said, you're in on kickoff. So I went out there, and I was like 5-10 yards ahead of everyone running down on kickoff. And I ran through one guy, and all of a sudden it was me and the guy with the ball. And I just launched towards him. He makes a move. I land on my head.
Oh.
And all of a sudden I get back to the sideline, and my head coach is like, now, Romo, I have to say I've never seen anybody run so hard, so fast, so determined, down on kickoff. He said, just hit the damn guy with the ball. And but at that point, it occurred to me, I had attained my first goal, and that was to play as a freshman.
Because other freshmen were timid there, right? I mean,
that?
Some freshmen could be, some of them could be timid. Like, if the coach sees me, fine. If they don't, I'll sit on the bench. But no, you were like.
So here I am now. I want to start. Forget about playing special teams. I wanted to start.
Still freshman year?
As a linebacker. Yeah, that was my next goal. And every time, Paco, I took the field, I was a starter.
Wow.
In my head.
Yes.
I was starting for Boston College. And I wasn't a starter, but in my mind I was. Every time I took the practice field, I was a starter. Every time the next game was Alabama, I was a starter. But no, I wasn't. I just played special teams, but in my mind, I was a starter.
And you know what? When it's in your mind, right? I mean, it shows in the way you walk. The swag starts to happen.
Everything I did was
Geared
revolved around being a starter for Boston College my freshman year. And we get to, I want to say it was the 4th or 5th game, and we're playing Army. And it's Saturday morning.
Right.
We stay at the hotel, and it was a home game. And 7 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, I get a knock at the door. And I go and I open the door, and it's my coach. And he said, Romo, you're starting today. And, I shut the door, and I start bawling my eyes out. And for some reason, Paco, everything was happening that I set my mind to. Everything. And I went out. I had 20 tackles, and 3 tackles for a loss. And I was now the starting linebacker for Boston College. And I was now ready to set my next goal. And I wanted to play in the National Football League. So everything I did, every single day, every single year, on and off the field, revolved around making it to the NFL.
If it did not have anything to do with making nationals,
I didn't do it. And, I'd go to parties, and I was the kid that always walked around with a beer in his hand that maybe had about 2 ounces gone from it. And I had that beer the whole night. And I would have fun, hanging out with the guys. But at some point, when everyone was drunk and I was sober,
Hey.
I find myself kind of slipping out, going back to my room, throwing the football in the air, laying down on my bed, dreaming about making it to the NFL.